Hello, lovely people. So, right now, I'm beginning to recreate my fighting game, Skycross Duel in Godot. This is great because there's a lot more opportunities for early access and much better netcode compared to my last engine. But with this transition period, I figured it wouldn't hurt to reimagine some of the mechanics as well. So, I decided I could have some fun and hit 2 birds with 1 stone, or like 5 birds. My plan is to play at least one game of Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 a day. Study replays, then synthesize the replays with Dustloop into a short script, which I'll make into a short video. Disclaimer, I kind of suck at Xrd, fighting games, and probably also playing games in general, so this is probably going to make me sound really stupid if you actually know how to play Xrd, haha. I'll still try to make it interesting by maybe adding a game design segment, basically explaining how this session of Guilty Gear has given me thought about fighting game design and how I might apply it to my game. Another disclaimer, I play Raven. Sorry. Alright, let's dig in. This session, I played 6 games against a Ramlethal player, probably a few steps above my skill level. They were using tension for overdrives, but not faultless defense or Roman cancels. Although I know Ram has very few defensive tools, I did notice that they kind of didn't really interact with me when I started pressuring, just kind of try to block it out, which led me to kind of just be able to run, really glide in, and just hit JH, and they wouldn't really do anything about it. Unfortunately, I couldn't really take advantage of this behavior because I have never been on offense long enough to do looping pressure. The Ram seemed pretty set play heavy and almost never went on offense around start, usually preferring to jump back and throw out Cassius or 214P to try to control neutral. From there, they tried to get a giant sword, then rush in with Cieldo Turo or 214K or 2K for a mix. After the mix, this lab monster of a player would hit me with a 30-hit corner combo. Why do you need to know how to do this long combo? You can't even play neutral. Eventually, I figured I could kind of jump out of the corner pressure after the combo, and was able to glide out of there a few times. So I don't think this Ram player had a lot of Raven experience. I also need to remember to FD after Super Flash. Regular blocking is chip damage, and for some reason, I was fine doing it during block strings, but not after Super Flashes. A few other notes for myself is to stop mashing 2H, 2P is way faster, and JP is just as fine as a Nabare tool. It's also probably causing me to accidentally blitz a few times. I should also probably remember to 6P more often, since it's a close range alternative to 5H, which I started to use a little bit more. I also think it wouldn't hurt to learn some more mix during block strings, as I probably could have had much more effective pressure if I was able to actually open up the Ram instead of them just blocking everything. Now, what can I take away from this game design-wise? Well, if a mechanic doesn't work or isn't liked by players, take what people like about it and rebrand it. What am I talking about? Wild Assault is just kind of Blitz Attack too. Both Steel Burst are advancing and can be charged. What I believe made Blitz Attack unliked enough to reinvent it, other than it supposedly being a title-specific gimmick mechanic, was that it was a defensive tool. Because it was tied to Blitz, it was very difficult to use, and seemed to actually be designed as a response to people trying to cover a Blitz counter. Either way, ArcSys did what they do best and turn it into an offensive tool. I think this change is interesting because they also changed the resource used to perform the attack. Blitz, and therefore Blitz Attack, costs 25% tension, while Wild Assault costs 50% burst, turning a defensive option that costs offensive resources into an offensive option that costs defensive resources. Alright, I'm gonna go break my game again or something. Bye!